Join us now for an insight with Carl Summer.
In rewriting this familiar story about the engine that could, I wanted to teach children the important principle of perseverance and diligence. In order to become successful in life, one must learn how to persevere in spite of tough times. Everyone faces problems. Some moan and groan over their problems, while others use their difficulties as stepping stones for achievement. In my story, the little red train was used for traveling in the valley, but not in the mountains. But when the big trains refused to go up the mountain to bring food to the starving people because of the deep snow, the little red train was the only one willing to try. When the big trains heard about the little red train, the big trains were furious. They were sure he was just a proud little train trying to act like one of us. It's amazing. The big trains were the proud ones, yet they accused the little red train of being proud. Sometimes the good deeds we do for others get misjudged. I like to point out we have two ears. Some things need to enter our ears and into our hearts, and some things need to go right through the other ear. We can't let our lives be governed by what everyone thinks. We need to do what's right. But many times when you speak the truth, some people get offended. So be it. The little red train was no match for the big trains to go up to the mountain to bring food to those starving people. But compassion drove the little red train to act. That's such an important virtue to develop in our children. The best way to teach our children is for us to be an example of them of compassion. Often when I see an object on the road that could be dangerous, I'll stop my car and remove the object. One day I was driving home from work and I noticed my son acting the same. I was thrilled to witness my son doing that as a part of his life. As the little red train started its trip up the mountain to feed the starving people, the big trains hooted and tooted and laughed. But the little red train went puffing away with its cargo and brave helpers. The little red train and its helpers began to encourage one another with a song. I wrote this song in this story. In it I say, though it's hard and we may fail, try, try, try. That's an important virtue, to keep on trying in spite of the risk of failure. So many times children want to give up at the first signs of failure. I can still see my children struggling to tie their shoes or putting on the shirt, and I'm urging them to keep trying, keep trying. But what do children often say at the first signs of difficulty? I can't do it. That was an obsession of mine, to get my children not to say these words. I wanted them to always say, I'll try. They would grunt and groan, but I always insisted that they try. Now, if I saw it was too difficult, of course I'd help. But I insisted that they first had to try. Why did I do this? Perseverance is one of the most important virtues for success. I wasn't cruel in insisting my children try. I was teaching them how to become successful. Remember, failure is not a disgrace. Not trying is a disgrace. Parents, you'll never ruin your children by teaching your children how to work and persevere. The little red train all of a sudden saw something in the distance. It plowed straight into a snowbank and came to a screeching halt. But the first reaction from one of the boys was, oh no, we're going to have to stay here till springtime. But Mrs. Kinderfeld insisted on everyone getting their shovels to dig out the little red train. How important is leadership? It took lots of shoveling and hard work, but they rescued the train. Perseverance involves work. Everyone wants success, but few are willing to pay the price for success. The little red train succeeded in spite of all the obstacles and saved the people on the mountain. The people cried for joy, and the children were so happy that they danced in the snow. That night, the village had a big celebration where the town leaders thanked each helper and the little red train for coming up the mountain. How important to recognize good deeds and to be thankful. The triumphant train went back to work in the valley. From then on, whenever things got hard, people everywhere would sing the song of the triumphant train. Perhaps you have dreams and wishes. Go to our website and download the free activity lessons from the Little Red Train. I'll spare you from singing with my crow-like voice, but I'll say it to you, and I'll also make it personal. Try, try, try. I'll do my best and try. Mountains I will try to scale, though it's hard and I may fail. Try, try, try. I'll do my best and try. I'll try.